Hello, this is Itachi again. What were you expecting? Hitler? Satan? Santa Claus? Forget it. Anyway, today we're here to bitch about a special kind of individual. One who pushes you around. One who bitches at you. One who complains about you. One who tells you that you don't matter. All this wonderful things. And then when you say something back, here's my story for anyone who cares. I'm sure you don't care, but at this channel, we're best known for telling you things you don't want to hear. So, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you my story. So, it's another fantastic day at work. We're doing some stupid, meaningless shit about whatever. I'm not going to give you anything but that. Stupid shit, okay? And you know me. I have a personal crusade against all things stupid. That's just how I go. That's just how I roll. I have a personal crusade against all things stupid. So, and since I have the balls to say things that nobody else around has the balls to say, because I am complaining about how stupid it is, because it is stupid. But, so there were three head chief operating officers, as I'm going to call them, of this outrageous act. Let's call them bitch number 1, bitch number 2, and bitch number 3, you know, just to change it up a bit. Bitch number 1 and bitch number 2 are really the stars, but bitch number 3 is kind of just there. Okay, so she's there. And the thing about bitch number 3 is she's really obese. Yes, really obese. So bitch number 3, so I'm complaining, as I usually do, about stupid things. Let's flash back a bit. Let's flash back to a few weeks beforehand. Sometimes I'm talking to my friends or whatever, and then she'll butt in and say, "Shut up! No one cares about you. No one cares what you have to say. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!" Like a fucking parrot or a fucking duck. Quack, 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 quack. Stupid shit. So I bit my tongue. I did. Bitch number 3, I bit my tongue. I didn't want to even give her the time of day. I want to give her the satisfaction of anything. But there are a few things that are important to me. One of them is my beliefs on things, and my freedom of expression, and my freedom of speech, and the fact that I can do all this shit. So when you try to take my rights away, I get very offended. I mean, wouldn't you? So yes, when you try to take away my right of speech, I do get very offended. But I bit my tongue. 3 weeks I bit my tongue leading up to this day. When she's yelling at me here. Shut up. Nobody cares about you. And so she's the chief operating officer. So I said something extremely clever. You know, she's obese and she's the chief. So I said something extremely clever. I looked at her and I said, "You shut up. Stop throwing your weight around." I did. Double meaning in that. That's the joke. And then, of course, she got offended by the comment and was a crying little baby. What do you expect? But it's like, okay, that's called self-defense, people. And that's what it works. It really does work. Like, let's say you're in school and your parents talk to you about bullying. Self-defense really does work, and it's better than going to any of the authority, because the authority don't do shit, and even when they do, you'll just be labeled as a wimp. So, standing up for yourself does work. It gets the fat-ass bully away. It's exactly what it does. And it's like, what did you expect? Like, she's sitting there crying. What did you expect when you insulted me? You should know me by now. You should know the way I react to things. So when you sit there and pick fights with me, for whatever fucking reason, I don't know. I don't care what you think about what I have to say. Just shut your mouth about it. I'm an opinionated person, and I will open it. If you want to open it too, that's fine. You want to challenge me, that's fine. Just don't. When I win, because that's what I usually do, I've yet to lose. When I win the argument, and you sitting there crying because of my insultations, what did you fucking expect would happen, lady? Of course I'm going to insult you, and I'm going to insult your weight. When you sit there and boss me around, pretending like you're above me, I don't like to feel above. I'm a Scorpio, okay? I'm a Scorpio. I like to be in control of things. So when I feel like I'm not, and I feel like I could be, and I feel like I should be, and you're sitting there bossing me around, of course I'm going to tell you off. You're bossing me around for 3 weeks straight. What do you think's going to happen? Of course I'm going to tell you off. And so, and of course I'm going to insult your weight because I know that would work. And you shut up in a hurry. Yeah, it worked. And of course, well, can't wait to go in there. I'm going to be all smiles when I have to go back. And I'm going to be, hey, how you doing? To all my friends be equally as loud. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. But it's like, what'd you expect would happen? And that's another thing. Only dish out what you can take. Don't flap your gums unless you have the ability to take an insultation. I can take insultations. I've took them all my life. I was bullied as a child. I've been taking insultations all my life. So now that I've taken them, I can freely open my mouth and say whatever the fuck I want because it's nothing new. Being called gay to me is nothing new. Being called stupid is nothing new. I can take all this shit. But then, of course, it's over now. And, of course, I'm very proud of when I do things like this. It gives me warm, fuzzy feelings inside. So, I like to tell all my friends about what I do to these people who boss me around. Because I like them to know who's the boss when people insult me. That's just what I do. That's how I am. But then, they think I've taken things too far. And I'm the most evil person ever for insulting a girl's weight or whatever. I didn't go too far. You serious? How much of a wimp are you if you think I went too far? I didn't go too far. I could have kept on going. Okay, then there's one bitch who says, oh, this makes me question our friendship. You're heartless. You have no soul. You're without mercy. 3 weeks of abuse from this bitch. I say one thing, and I'm merciless. I'm the most evil person ever. I didn't go too far, people. I stood up for myself, and you should too. And this brings me to another point. This makes me question our friendship. It does, really. That's awesome. Good for you. Hit the bricks, sweetheart. This is gonna question what you think of me. I don't want you around. You don't like me for who I am? Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. That's what I say. No matter how close I am to you, if you bitch at me for what I say to people and how I deal with people, that's tough shit. I'm not gonna change for you. That's the most egotistical thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. I'm not gonna change for you because you want me to. What with me is what you see is what you get. If you don't like it, stay the fuck away from me because odds are I don't want you around anyway. However you feel about me, I feel about you twice as much. You hate me, you despise me, you want me to change. I feel that way about you only 2 times as much. That's how I am. That's how I am. I don't like people who think I should change. I don't like people who insult me and then when I say something back, cry like bitches. Of course I'm gonna say something back. I didn't go too far. It wasn't too much. It was too little. And then now there's some people who think I was bullying her. No, I wasn't. I wasn't bullying her. Bullying is repeated attacks. That's what she was doing to me, actually. Repeated attacks intended to hurt the other person. Yep. She was trying to hurt me. Are you serious? Told me nobody cared about me. Okay, that means my family. Yeah. So, yep, I'm allowed to say something back to that, and I didn't. I chose not to, except one day. I probably made her get too comfortable, and that's my fault. That is. Okay, I'll take the blame for that. As I didn't say something on the first day, except for the lines of be quiet and shut up, yeah, I probably let her get too comfortable with insulting me. The build-up was probably my fault. But anyway. She insulted me one too many times, so I snapped back. Did I snap back too far? Absolutely not. I insulted her weight, as anybody would have. And so what? But it's now for everybody else out there. Don't let anyone push you around. Okay? Don't let them do it. Why should they be allowed to do it? Why should someone tell you that your opinion that you have the courage to give is meaningless? Why should they be allowed to do that? Why is that? And then why should that be allowed? Don't let anyone push you around. Don't let anyone say that you're stupid. And I don't care if you're the only one in the room who believes it. Voice your opinion. It does mean something. Don't think it doesn't. Because your opinion means something. Because you are an individual. Why should your opinion not mean something just because you're outnumbered? There's a difference between voting and this, okay? Voting is when, and it's agreed to. Like rules and regulations, voting on that. There's a difference between that and voicing your opinion on a stupid activity. There really is a difference. And if more people stood up for themselves more, then we could see the stupid shit end. This stupid nonsense. It's nonsensical bullshit. It just needs to end. Don't let anyone tell you that your opinion's useless. Don't let anyone tell you that. And if your friends in quotations, try to tell you that your opinion is worthless, fuck them. To kick them to the curb. They're not deserving of you. You are an individual. Please speak your mind. More people need to speak their minds. No, it shouldn't take a fucking survey to get someone's opinion noticed. It shouldn't take a survey. It should take rational communication. Well, not rational, because if you rationalize it, no one's gonna fucking care. If you want to make a statement, make a fucking statement. Make it have an impact. That's what I did. I had an impact. You should have an impact too. Why shouldn't you be allowed to have an impact? Why shouldn't you be allowed to tell someone off when they're hounding you for 3 weeks? And then people should tell you went too far. That's a joke. That's a fucking joke. So always stand up for yourself. Don't let anyone push you around. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are as important to society as they are. Well, probably more important now, because someone who speaks their mind and challenges the way things are is way more important than a mindless drone who'll do everything they say. Okay? Go. Voice your opinions, my children. Go. Be free. And that is all in this episode of Sorry the Truth Hurts.